8 to 10 people are there, and the topic is given.
They shortlisted based on the CV that you submit. It has to be technical. So after shortlisting, they ask you to come for a GD, which is after the ITC GD. Okay, so your as it is first. Because actually nothing goes right during a GD. You think, oh, I'll say this. At the end of it, what happened? So in the HUL GD, you are like, okay. You'll have mostly your friends only. It's not like some random people will be sitting. So you get the topic that we got. They give you a question. I mean, sort of a problem statement. So the problem statement was: there are two companies. A company which already has a small vehicle market, like Nano or something, and you are the chief engineer of R&D of some other company who have to launch a product. So the problem is your transmission is giving problems after 6 months or 1 year. So do you go ahead and launch the product in order to like beat the other company, or do you wait for a long time to make your transmission problems go away, then launch the product, because you're running a risk that the other company will capture the market by then, right? So you have to come up with a solution of this. So there's nothing, extraordinarily difficult in thinking about this as a team. But see, what happens is, once you see a problem like this, everyone will have, people will start having different opinions, right? And what they start to do is try to impose themselves on the other people, right? So what happens is, if there is a clash between people, that is usually bad. Because the person who is conducting the GD will have a very bad impression on the whole group at the time. You don't want to do that. So usually, the person who delegates to be a leader, he has to usually manage stuff. Not to the sense that he'll ask you to wait, oh, please stop, you're speaking too much, please let him speak. Not like that. But like, okay, that's a very valid point. Let's see what he has to say, something of this sort. So in this, you will get to make an impact on the very first thing that you say, the very first opinion that you have. So, what are your opinions? Do you wait till your transmission problems are dealt with and then release the product, or do you release the product then after 1 year, if the problem comes, you make some plans like, okay, I will give some replacement facility once the problem comes? What do you think? There can be two opinions regarding this.
Wait for the transmission to come, right? Because we can gain the market back, but if once our image is gone lost or something, we can't gain it back.
But you say risk of product recall also.
What?
Risk of product recall.
What?
Product recall risk. So you have to take back all the products.
Yeah, that's what. So if you lost the product,
no, we will wait for.
Okay, you are waiting, right? Till that time, what if everything is gone? So you have to reduce the prices. You have to.
No, but still we can gain the market back.
How can we gain the market?
Once we spoil our image in the market, we can gain it back easily. If we are selling a bad product, and once our image is totally lost, we can gain it back easily.
But once you lose the market, how can you
start some booking early?
That can be a good. That's a very good. Pre-book.
Like Nano, what Nano?
Oh.
But Nano did not have any competition.
Right now.
Right now,
Bajaj one. What is it?
So actually, people will have different opinions. That was a very good point that you said. The other thing can be like service scams, or you know what I'm saying, right? Like if at all your thing is damaged, they'll just freely replace it or something. This kind of thing actually company do. Yeah, like. So in order to capture market, they'll start rolling out their products. When you have problems, they'll just replace it. This turns out to be a very good GD because it is partially technical. It partially shows your thinking capabilities. It also shows how much stuff you can manufacture out of thin air. How many ideas you can get out of thin air.
Speaking of ideas out of thin air, there was a GT topic. Okay. See, there was a GT of around 8 to 10 people in, I think this happened in some company, I don't remember which company. Okay, maybe 24/7. Okay, so it was like, the topic was very simple. If, let's say, the tiger is extinct, what would be the next national animal of India? Very simple question. Okay? What do you say? Give me some names. Okay, see, but unfortunately, very unfortunately, among all the 8 people, there was, there were 4, no, there were almost 7 of them were supporting, like, let's say, we'll make elephant the national animal. Okay, and then there was one that said we'll make horse or something, and I think there was one who said monkey, and then we said no, that's for Pakistan. Okay, so finally, moving on, what happened that the GD was of 20 minutes, and by around 13 to 14 minutes, we finally came to a conclusion, decided everything that yes, elephant is a national animal. What do we do for the next 7 minutes? So this carries a very negative impression. What would you do?
To change our opinion into something else.
Which type of
That won't be
elephant?
right.
It's very bad. Elephant, African elephant. What?
Is a national animal.
Which type? Again, like
What if elephant gets it?
elephant get what?
Which type of elephant? White elephant.
Yeah. That's actually a very good thing. What if the elephant gets extinct?
Yeah, correct.
Next, yeah.
Justice cows will never get extinct.
Yeah.
They'll give you.
Okay, so there are things like that. You have to be prepared for such eventualities. Okay, but then there is another thing I should warn you. This happened with me in NI. Among various topics, this was a topic that was given to me. What happened was that I was we were doing this and this situation came. I was like,